Welcome back to Super Recaps. Today I will recap a teen comedy movie from 2022 called Honor Society. The movie's main protagonist is a teen girl called Honor Rose. She is a motivated and intelligent girl who's in her senior year at George H.W. Bush High School, and she is the only child of parents Janet and Marvin. At the beginning of the movie, we see her getting ready for school in her room, which is full of posters of celebrities even though she doesn't have any interest in them. She only pretends to like them to fit in. The only thing she actually likes in her room is a book called The Handmaid's Tale. Moving on to her school life, Honor has disguised her real personality, and she puts on a fake act every day. When she goes to school, we see that her only friends are the school's most popular girls, Talia and Emma, whom she doesn't even like. She also meets her teacher and guidance counselor, Mr. Calvin, who seems to be weirdly infatuated with her. Honor's biggest ambition is to get into Harvard University, and she has spent all her school years preparing for it. She takes part in every student program and extracurricular activity. She even started a food charity and is also a part of the karate club. Despite doing all this, Honor is still acing all her classes. She also has a crush on a boy called Travis Biggins, but doesn't want to be distracted by a relationship. In order to get into Harvard, Honor needs to get a recommendation letter from Mr. Calvin, as his best friend works at Harvard. So she goes to Mr. Calvin and asks for the letter, but he informs her that 3 other students, besides her, have also requested the letter, and he can only write for one of them. The 3 other students are Travis Biggins, who is the captain of the lacrosse team, and his father is a coach at their school. The next student is a shy girl called Kenny Park, who is a part of the drama club. And lastly, there is Michael DePinicky, who is a nerd with the top grades in their class. Honor's next plan is to get these 3 students out of the picture so that she can get the recommendation letter. She schemes with Emma and Talia and decides to set Kennedy up with a guy to distract her from studying, but that plan fails. So Honor's next target is the nerd, Michael. She tries befriending him and assumes that he has a crush on her, so she offers to be his lab partner. After that, Honor, Emma, and Talia observe Travis and see that he isn't interested in his girlfriend. Instead, he seems to be subtly checking out other guys. Honor realizes that Travis is secretly gay, and she plans to find a way to out him. In the next scene, Honor heads to the drama club and asks to join their play so that she can find a way to sabotage Kennedy. The head of the club, Gary, eagerly welcomes Honor and assigns her to backstage duty. Soon, Honor finds out that the club members have to choose between a play written by Kennedy or a more popular one called Spring Awakening. The members end up voting for Spring Awakening, which leaves Kennedy heartbroken, and Honor takes this chance to get close to her by consoling her in the locker room. Honor then visits the drama club in charge, Miss Felsen, and manages to persuade her to use Kennedy's play instead, in hopes that Kennedy's good grades will drop once she's distracted by the play. She also suggests appointing Travis as the male lead because she knows Travis has a crush on Gary, and if they get together, it'll ruin Travis' reputation. Later, Honor and Gary approach Travis and ask him to join the play, but he refuses. The following day, Mr. Calvin invites Honor to his music performance and pressures her to attend despite her initial refusal. Back to the drama club, Kennedy decides to work on the costumes for the play, which means she has no time to study, and her grades begin dropping. On the other hand, Travis changes his mind and agrees to act as the male lead in the play. Now the only one left to distract is Michael, so Honor calls him to her house under the guise of studying together. There, she puts on an act, flirts with him, and tries to seduce him. But Michael doesn't react much, and instead, he ends up impressing her with his thoughtfulness. They also discover that The Handmaid's Tale is both of their favorite books. Their conversation is then interrupted by Honor's mother, who brings them food. She also starts asking a lot of questions and making things awkward, so Honor asks Michael if they can study at his house instead, but Michael refuses, causing Honor to get suspicious. The next day, she asks Talia and Emma to spy on him, which they do, but they end up losing him in the crowd. Meanwhile, Honor is in the theater room, where Travis is rehearsing for the play, but the female lead can't act well, so Gary steps in and does a scene with Travis to show her how it's done. It becomes apparent that Gary also likes Travis, but before anything can happen, the coach shows up and drags Travis away for lacrosse practice. That night, Honor forces herself to attend Mr. Calvin's performance just for the sake of the recommendation letter. Once the show is over, Honor spikes Mr. Calvin's beer so that he won't be able to pull any moves on her. The next day in school, Talia and Emmett try to ruin Christine and Travis' relationship by pointing out that Travis will have to kiss the female lead in the play. This makes Christine jealous, and she asks Travis to leave the club, but he refuses. And to make matters worse for Christine, Kennedy decides to remove the female lead and add Gary instead, hence turning the play into a gay romance. However, Honor is still frustrated as she hasn't been able to sabotage Michael yet. So she decides to follow him home, only to find out that he lives in a foster home. This melts Honor's heart, and she starts feeling guilty. Later, she invites Michael over again, and this time she acts more nervous as she's starting to like him. After spending some time with each other, Honor feels guilty, so she admits that she found out that he lives in a foster home after following him. Michael then reveals that the reason why he works so hard is that he is desperate for a scholarship, as his foster parents won't be able to afford college fees. Both of them feel a spark then, but before they can kiss, Honor's mother shows up. In the next scene, Talia excitedly approaches Honor and tells her that Mr. Calvin has asked to meet Kennedy regarding her sinking grade. Honor rushes to eavesdrop, but she gets stopped by Travis, who wants to chat. He tells her that he can be himself now because of the play, but he's afraid that his dad will be unhappy once he finds out about his sexuality. In reply, Honor comforts him and encourages him to tell his father the truth. She then rushes to listen to Mr. Calvin and Kennedy's conversation and starts feeling bad about sabotaging Kennedy's grade. But when Kennedy comes out, she embraces Honor and thanks her for everything. She is grateful to Honor for helping her show her talent to everyone and for always believing in her and for making her feel confident. This leaves Honor in deep thought, and she realizes how many lives she has changed and how wrong she has been. This is when she bumps into Michael, who, for some reason, is walking in a different direction to his home. When she asks him about it, Michael explains that this is the road he used to take when his parents were still alive, and he still sometimes likes to come here to imagine his previous life. They then sneak into a huge and luxurious house to have some fun and end up kissing there. But soon, they hear the owners have returned and make a quick escape. Honor feels over the moon. In the next scene, Christine dramatically ends her relationship with Travis and goes to harass Honor as she thinks Travis is dating her now. But Honor stands up for herself and puts Christine in her place. This is when Travis arrives and confesses that he is gay and he is now dating Gary. Christine can't stand this and immediately exposes Travis' secret to his father. When Travis tries to clarify things to his father, the coach reveals that he has known Travis was gay all along and he loves his son regardless. Some days pass and Honor and Michael decide to study together again for their upcoming exam. At first, Honor had planned to drug Michael so that he won't be able to write the exam, but she decides against it as she has feelings for him now. They continue to study together and end up kissing again. The following morning, Honor makes up her mind about Michael and kisses him in front of the whole school. Honor also starts to appreciate the drama glove. Meanwhile, Mr. Calvin continues to creepily flirt with her and even offers to write a recommendation letter for her if she sleeps with him. But Honor refuses and lets Michael get the recommendation. She doesn't feel bad about it as she is satisfied and happy with her life right now. She plans to meet Michael but finds out that he didn't come to school today. Worried about him, Honor goes to his foster home to check up on him, only to discover that he doesn't live there. Instead, he lives in the giant luxurious house that they broke into last time. She goes to confront him, and it's revealed that Michael is filthy rich and a cunning guy just like her. He had been fooling her this whole time, and his plan was to make her fall in love with him so that she'll let him have the recommendation letter. After the revelation, Honor feels devastated, but all is not lost because Kennedy's play is a huge hit and Honor finally has real friends whom she enjoys spending time with and who actually care about her. Honor is satisfied with herself, but she doesn't want to let Michael win. So she goes to Mr. Calvin's office and shows him a recording of him sexually propositioning her and blackmails him into giving the recommendation letter to Kennedy instead of Michael. The movie ends with Honor still hoping for a bright future ahead, but still enjoying her last year of high school to the fullest with her new and genuine friend. Thanks for watching. To support the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button and press the bell icon to get new video updates.